Live on the stream. Welcome to a semi-casual, maybe, episode of Princes. We're a couple of players down at the moment. We are doing a run-through of several different modules. We just got through the Forge of Fury, where the players have defeated some orcs, defeated some troglodytes, defeated some undead and some Duergar, and made a deal with a black dragon, taking the dragon on temporarily, perhaps, as a patron, and then making arrangements with their Duergar contact for trade to continue on. The party has been informed of 3 situations going on just a bit north of the mountain range where the forge is located. The Duergar contact that Morrigan has, Gravel, has sent word that a squad of Imperials are making their way towards a temple, a place of interest where magic is known to have gathered, that has been revealed by the draining of the swamp. Gravel says that it would be a good idea for the party to intercept and eliminate this squad, making the Imperials less likely to send out other such exploratory efforts. Nimira, the Duergar whose tribe was just defeated, has let the party know that the orcs flushed out from the upper levels have rejoined and regrouped with their hunting parties, and now as a larger force have started sounding the war drums and look like they're going to be moving into the lizard folk area north, near the temple area. Nightscale, the black dragon, has let the party know that lizard folk from the north have lured a hydra into the area, the draining of their swamps causing them to get a bit frantic. They seek to mollify some deity and have found a hydra. Now, hydras are big and nasty, but relatively dumb. So it's not an intelligent being. They're not talking to it. They're just throwing big hunks of meat at it and hoping that the presence of the hydra will bring back the swamplands that have been drained away. The party has just started scouting out the area and now has a great big map that they can look at. And let's talk about some of the things that they're seeing here. So, I'm going to start at the very northwest corner. I'm good at maps. Up in this area. So up here we have the lizard folk themselves. They stay mostly submerged, just sort of lurking in what remains of their swampy habitat. You can tell that the ground here was underwater in most places, but now it's been drained away to just rivers and rivulets. Down in this area, what was once a town, city, or fortification, several of the walls have started to show up in a raised area where a tower would have once existed. The Imperials have made their camp in and around this area on some of the raised, fairly dry land, and then taking up defensive fortifications in these enclosed areas. Away down to the south, orcs have holed up behind one of the outer lines. You can see them preparing for war against the Imperials, and eventually against the lizard folk. Near to you, seated on a raised bit of land, in a rickety-looking chair, occasionally lit by luminescent glow, is a haggard-looking old woman who's just watching the battle. Doesn't seem to be making any effort to hide herself from onlookers, but she's screened well enough by the rise that those engaged in the battle about to come most likely wouldn't see her. Questions, comments, concerns?
I vote we talk to her first.
I see no issue with talking to the lady.
Boody will take flight. He'll go straight up just to get a better view around her, see if she's hiding anything or anything else nefarious going on over there. I'll move forward as well.
I mean, even from a distance, you can tell she's not your normal old grandmotherly type, but maybe some sort of insight, perception, investigation, some sort of role associated with your evaluation of this old woman.
That's not very D&D, but okay. There you go. 17?
17. Yes. You fairly quickly get it in your head that no, she's not normal. She's watching with glee at what is most likely going to become a scene of carnage over the next few days. She's got the cooler, she's got the drinks sitting nearby. You'd figure if she could, rustle it up, she might have a grill with hot dogs and hamburgers on it. She's just in for the good time of watching, people slaughter each other, which sets off all sorts of alarm bells for you.
Okay, I'll go back to the group and say, yeah, that old lady is bad news. Something is not right with her. Witch, maybe?
Well, I suppose the same could be said about us. Could it not?
I mean, true. All those civilians I murdered, though, they pulled a knife on me.
Well, if they pulled a knife on you, it was in self-defense. So, nothing to worry about.
That's what I'm telling the Hague.
Mm-hmm. He's known as the gardener. He always plants evidence.
Yeah.
I thought that was the one that the Dullahan happened to.
That's true too.
Anyhow. So she seems a bit off.
Yeah, I would say she's even more evil than us, if that's even possible.
I would not say that I am evil. I would just say that I am rebalancing things.
Sure.
So
No
that
judgment.
does beg the question if she wants to participate in the rebalancing. What say you, my friend, Selenite?
She's not participating. What danger is she to us?
This might be a fair assessment. Either way, every little bit of help that we can get on clearing out this riffraff might be to our benefit, would it not?
True. Or we can actually talk to all the parties involved and see which has the best deal for us. But they may not be too easy.
See, the way I was thinking of it is, we go in, we pretend that we are helping one side, and then we murder the rest of them. Once they are weakened.
No objections here.
Whatever works.
Very well. First, let us talk to this woman. She seems that she's been sitting here for a bit. She might have some insights to provide.
Okay, want me to go talk to her first so we don't just ambush her?
This is the points that I am going to make, yes. Okay, so that's
Alrighty.
30 feet. That's 60 feet.
So Casey Booty's going to take flight and try to get her attention,
Mhm.
like in a friendly way. Like say, hey down there, you watching the battle too? Yeah, so am I.
Just one of the bluebirds of spring. Just a friendly little flying bird. Absolutely. So how about a charisma sort of roll?
Ooh, my strong point.
I mean, you could
I don't
persuasion,
know.
maybe straight charisma, something friendly.
Persuasion. Hey, not bad.
Hey, that's not bad at all.
Oh.
So
It's
as
better
you
than like my -3 in it.
So as you start approaching this rise, you can tell that to get up to it in any reasonable fashion without flying, you would need to kind of walk up the incline and come up from the south. You could climb up the more sheer rock face, but that would be a little bit tricky. But Boody just sort of flies himself over. And the old woman looks up, and her nose is long and crooked and just broken in odd angles. She looks up at you, and her eyes take a little while to focus. One seems to just want to wander away in another direction. Oh, hello, my duckling. Look at you flittering about.
Yeah. So listen, you mind if I come down and land next to you?
Oh, sure. And she reaches down and pats the ground next to her. Make room, children, make room.
I'll land next to her.
And
So,
you don't see these children of which she's referencing, but, there's room to land.
I'm gonna start working my way up the rise.
say,
With the zombies.
I don't want to surprise you and my party. We're also interested in watching the battle as well. I just want to give a heads up that my companions, all nice guys, and women, and ladies, will be joining us soon. But my name's Boody, Bootylicious. Your friendly neighborhood Aarakocra. I think that's how I pronounce my own species name.
Mm-hmm. It seems reasonable.
And yep. And our Paladin Selenite and Morrigan, and his two zombie friends coming up. And we were just, hoping we can take a seat here next to you and watch the battle as well, whatever is coming. Our interests may be aligned or something like that.
That's quite the little menagerie you travel about with, duckling. But
well, I like to shake it up and keep it interesting.
Sure. Now they may be at this some time, but make yourselves comfortable. As long as you don't give away their position up here, we have to be discreet.
Oh, no problem. Discretion is our specialty.
Is it?
Mainly because we don't leave anybody around to be indiscreet. So tell us, what is your interest in all of this?
Oh, my little babies could use to feed, and I do so like watching. Was the different nations and factions grow up and then go at each other's throats.
I see. And if you were to put a wager on it, which group would you say would have the easiest time?
Oh. The Imperials are so young and so full of energy. I think they are likely to walk away from this. The lizard folk, I think they'll sink back into their swamp after taking a few hits, and, well, it looks as though the orcs are already running a bit scared.
Now, when you say little babies, like, are there people around her? Are there other things around her?
You don't see anything around her. Maybe some perception investigation-y?
I guess so. Alright, hold on. Perception. Yeah, killing it.
On it this evening.
Where were these rolls 2 sessions ago?
So, she seems to be gesturing towards spaces in the air. So you don't see anything, you don't feel anything, you don't hear anything. But she seems very convinced that there's things around her that she's talking to. So if you're willing to believe her, yes, there's definitely things all around you. If you don't believe her, then you don't see any sign of it.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll choose to believe her for now.
It's kind of like being at a tea party with a child. Occasionally she's like, oh, just shift a little bit. He needs to get through.
So tell us, madam, how old are you that you come here and just sit and watch the battles? You seem to indicate that this is something that you do on occasion.
Oh, you know better than to ask a lady her age. Eyelashes flutter, but they lack synchronization, so it's just a weird sort of, stroke-looking effect on her face.
The reason I ask is because you look so youthful. And I just wanted to know if I could pick up on some of your secrets, of one lady to another.
Well, the trick is being born immortal, dear. I don't know if I can pass that one on to you.
Perhaps not.
But she does make a little room. She shifts herself over, scoots her chair over. She's hospitable in a fashion.
Yeah, I'll move up and fill that spot, accepting her graciousness.
And it will just continue to stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And zombies will shift to take a bit more of kind of a defensive position at the top of the rise towards our back.
Sure. So, she's not super conversant. Is anyone starting a topic of conversation other than watching the ongoing events?
I don't know if we asked her this. Did we ask her? I'll ask her. So, who do you want to win? If you had to choose a winner, what's the best ideal winner for you?
Oh, as long as a lot of them die, I'm all happy.
And what would you do with their corpses, per se? Asking for a friend.
Oh, I prefer younger males, but my babies could use little nubbles.
Nubbles?
Nubbles?
I think she indicates that they are going to become food. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what exactly are your babies?
Oh, come here. And she gestures to the air, and for just a moment, the air sort of coalesces into a little glowing mote that floats there. There are my babies. That's little William, little Willifer, little Willinsky, little... And she starts naming a bunch of Will-sounding names. Wilhelmina? Will.I.am?
Nice. All right. Why the name William? Just random, or
Just randomly named Will-O-Wisps named William?
I see.
And that was going to be my next question was, do I recognize what these things are?
Yes, you appear to be surrounded quite thoroughly by Will-O-Wisps. And if you would like to roll an Arcana, you certainly may.
I would be
Probably
more
not
than-
nature. Probably more Arcana.
I would be more than delighted to. 11. It ain't bad.
I mean, you know the legends. They tend to, yeah. Joe's along the same lines. Sorry, Boody along the same lines. You know the legends. They tend to lead people astray into swamps and then feed on them as they die. Not a lot of details aside from be very cautious. You know, if you see a lantern light beckoning, but you can't see the person behind it as you travel on lonely stretches of forest and through swamp and other such abandoned places.
Tell us, if we were to go down there and create even more of a ruckus, and perhaps get your baby some more food, would you be willing to help us?
Well, what sort of help would you need?
Well, to be fair, the more able bodies that are in a fight, the more easily our opponents fall. Or would you prefer us to sit here and wait until they weaken themselves and then go in and clear out the rest?
Well, if you wish to have the fun of killing them, you go right ahead, but I've grown comfortable in my little spot here, so I was just going to watch and observe.
Let's see.
Did she tell us her name?
She has not.
By the way, what is her name, if you'd be so kind?
Oh, I have no need of such things. Usually, whatever town or city is growing up around me gives me a name. I don't know if they've given me one yet. This empire's so young. They haven't had time to really come down with a good one. Oh, you should make one up.
How about Wilma?
Wilma. Well,
I mean, go with the will theme for the Will-O-Wisps.
that's quite amusing. We'll go with that. Wilma. I'm sure they'll append something to it. Something frightful. Something just a bit wrong.
That's okay, we can workshop it. But for now, let's just do that.
What about the Vilma, the Witch of the Wisps?
Oh. Wilma, Witch of the Wisps. Yes, that's quite good. Yes. You do well.
So, what say you, Boody, Selenite, others? We sit here, let them whittle their own numbers down, then go in and mop up the rest? We were told about the Hydra.
It's true.
The save my strength for larger foes. Let them kill each other.
Hey, Wilma, by the way, do you know anything about the Hydra? We heard there's a big Hydra stirring up the pot up here. Anything,
Oh yes, the big beast is lurking around somewhere, but they're dumb as bricks. So many heads and so little thought.
Are you behind the Hydra? Are you behind it? Come on, you could tell me.
No, they just wander about biting everything. I think the lizard folk lured it here with some meat and carcasses.
Those crazy lizard folk, always up to no good.
They're just so amusing in their banal way. So, what I would like someone to do, and whoever would like to volunteer first, is roll a d20.
Okay. That is
Okay.
a 15.
And would someone else not Acheron roll a d20?
Okay.
Okay. And Ash, you get to roll the third d20. Ah, of course you guys tied. Ash, one more d20, please.
Okay.
All right. So, there are 3 armies on the map. Lizard folk, Imperials, and Orcs. Ash, who would you like to represent?
The lizard folk.
You got it. Acheron, who would you like to represent of the Imperials or the Orcs?
I will go for the orcs.
You got it. And that leaves Joe manning the Imperial armies. So,
Okie dokie.
I'm going to go ahead and bring up a turn order here. We are going to clear out things that you guys probably can't even see anyway. And we're going to pick a few volunteers.
Don't actually see orcs on the map.
They may be hiding. They're tricky.
Okay.
Get on the map, you fiends. There we go.
Ah, there they are.
All right, so the Imperials have the initiative at the moment. Joe, what are the Imperials doing?
Who's inside of the Imperial army right now? Can they see the orcs and the lizard folk?
They're all aware of each other in general. They know the lizard folk are up to the north. They know the orcs are down to the south. The orcs are currently beating war drums. The Imperials are fortifying. The lizard folk are sort of lurking there, but they've made themselves known.
All right. The Imperials, I guess, will then split their force so that part of the force is looking at the lizard folk and part of the force is going to be ready for the orcs. As far as attacking, I'm not going to attack until attacked.
Okay. So we're going to say the group to the left is targeting the lizard folk, group to the right targeting the orcs, and they are currently holed up. And that is going to bring up the lizard folk. Ash, what are the lizard folk doing?
So I guess they will. One group will start advancing towards this opening.
Okay. And what is the other group doing?
They're going to move to about here and hold position.
Okay. Slow advance southward. And that's going to bring up the orcs. What are the orcs up to?
The orcs are up to orc things.
Orcs are up to orc things. What sort of orc things are they up to?
You said they're beating the war drums, yes?
They are beating war drums.
Good. Move all 3 groups in as far as they'll go.
You got it.
They are rushing.
Orcs are doing orc things.
Rushing, charging, yelling, war drums.
You got it. Imperials. Now, let's find out a little bit about the Imperials. There are the Imperial Gardeners, magic users that do have some ranged spells, as well as 3 Imperial Knights or Scouts that boost the troops and are mounted. So they do have some mobility. They do have some magic. The lizard folk primarily hand-to-hand. The orcs, a combination of martial, hand-to-hand, and ranged weapons. So, Imperials, north and south, are you moving to meet them? Huddling together, staying in your fortifications, what's the plan?
I think I'll move to meet them.
Okay.
The lizard folk. I'll use whatever range spells I have to take out whom I can. And I'll ready an action that when I see the orcs advance, I'm going to start shooting at them as well.
Okay.
And I'll hold them off as long as I can with range until the other people have to move in.
All right. So, give me a d20 for the left group and a d20 for the right group, please.
Here comes left. Now right group. Ooh, not great.
A volley of magical fire, some wounds exchanged, but nothing devastating. Lizard folk, far more comfortable hand-to-hand, but a little bit of boosting magic along with it. What are they up to, Ash?
So are these guys up on ramparts then here?
It's a small rise. It used to be fortifications, but it's all been crumbled and swamped for so long. It's basically just the high ground.
I can just walk right up to it.
Sure.
I'm gonna rush.
You got it. Both groups or just the first one?
The first one's gonna advance in, and the second group's gonna take up the actually move to there.
You got it. Lizard folk start rushing forward. The first group will be close enough to start exchanging blows. Please roll me a d20 for the closer group. 10, good exchange of blows. And then that's going to switch us down to what are the orc warbands doing?
What are their capabilities? Are they pure melee?
So you are mostly melee and javelin, not a lot of magical backup. So,
Sorry, what about the magical backup?
not a lot of magical backup.
Okay. I think all three groups are going to continue to rush the group on the right.
You got it.
I mean, it is the only group that they can see right now. So they're going to push up, and if they are close enough for javelins, as far as volleys are concerned, volleys of javelins.
Yes, please. 1, 2, 3 when you get a second.
3d20.
3 d20s.
12. 5, 16.
One group is definitely more effective than the others. As the exchanges take place, that is starting to take its toll on the groups. All right. Imperials, before you have a chance, I need a volunteer to roll me a d3, please. A 3. I'm back. Where'd you go? Rising up out of the water, multiple heads emerging as it breaks ground. The sound of war drums has caught the attention of the Hydra, and it moves south, aiming, it seems, towards the orcs. However, it's currently a long ways off. Imperials, what are you attempting to do?
Why not? I'm going to rush my 3 guys out in the middle.
Sure.
To hold off the advance. And continue with range attacks.
Okay. Give me a roll for the left and a roll for the right.
Ooh, left not doing great.
Left not doing great. Right is doing quite well, though. As some of the orcs begin to fall. Lizard folk, you've closed the distance with one held in reserve. What are you up to?
The reserves are gonna sneak over this way.
Okay.
These guys are gonna, if they can move in more, they will. But
Yep.
they're gonna attack.
You got it. You guys are all pressing in. I'm keeping a little bit of space on the screen just to keep things easy for myself to click. Please give me a d20 for the lizard folk. 14 will start to wear away at our folks. So as the Imperials start to bear the brunt of a multi-front assault, orcs
are all going to press in, overwhelm, try to take care of the geeks.
You got it. Orcs are all in. And orcs, if you would, 3 d20s.
Yep. Killing the horses, ganking the geeks. Not doing a whole lot.
Wounds are exchanged, but not enough to be decisive on that set. Imperials, what are you doing? Oh, hang on. Before then, I need a volunteer on that D3 again, please.
I'll do it. What does a 1 get me?
A 1 gets the Hydra distracted by the movement of the lizard folk to the north. It's turned from its southward progress, now moving along the rise in the wall towards the sound of combat and the sparkly glitter of lizard folk and magic going on over there. Imperials,
Glitter.
what are you doing?
Okay, for the lizard folk side, I'm going to place my knights in front of my ranged people here, here, and here.
Mm-hmm.
This way we can cover our flanks. And for the orc side, I'm going to try to space out my fighters here, here, and here to try to deal with the one group each and continue with the ranged attacks on each side.
Okay.
2d20s.
Give me 2 d20s, 1 on the left, 1 on the right.
Boom.
Ooh.
Lizard folk side not doing great.
Lizard folk side not doing great, but on the right-hand side, it seems the magic users have struck a heck of a blow. Now, there's still a lot of orcs left. Lizard folk, what are you
This
doing?
team, Huggin is gonna stay away from these guys, as
Mhm.
in they're gonna move down about there.
You got it. Hugging the wall, taking some cover, also moving away from the Hydra, which may be important. Lizard folk that are engaged in battle, what are they up to?
They are.
Ooh.
Ooh.
They're hitting hard, is what they're doing.
Lizard folk are hitting hard.
Distracted by the other movement of the other lizards.
Lizard folks dropping some of the more heavily armed and mobile knights. Orcs. They blew
Pushing
away
in.
a bunch of peons, but you've got some strong folk left. What are you doing?
Yep. Filling in the holes,
Mhm.
continuing the assault.
You got it. And 3 rolls still, please. You wear away one of the defenders. One of the Imperial scouts does drop. One of the heavily armored fellows. The others manage to fight through the wounds. Imperials. Looking rough, but what you got?
Left and right.
D3
Mixture
first,
of-
yes?
D3 first, yes, please.
Yeah.
Let's get him on the initiative order. That way I don't keep forgetting him.
Yeah. Set him on like 1 initiative or something.
Yep. That seems good. Ooh, the lizard folk. Keep his attention.
I'm gonna do more of the same, just ranged and melee mix. Just try to take out as many as we can.
Left and right, please.
Not great.
One more of the lizard folk will fall on the left. The orcs resist on the right. And as this is ongoing, if the spectators would like to do anything, they certainly may. This has taken longer than the normal hand-to-hand combat. This is actual, taking minutes of exchanges back and forth, little sallies, little defensive maneuvers, and of course the magic being cast around. So if you decide to join the fray, please let me know. But at the moment, what are my lizard folk up to?
This group is going to advance this direction, about there.
Okay. Point that spot again. Get about there, yep.
And the other group is going to smack them.
Give them a smack, yes please.
Not so great this time.
It's alright. Blows exchanged, wounds received, but nobody fell. Orcs.
Still grouping up, filling holes, pushing through.
You got it. 3 rolls, please.
Yes, sir. Nah.
The defenders fall, leaving the magic users exposed.
And they are going to be pushing to the magic users.
You got it. I'm going to keep you where you are, even though you are shoving in, so I can keep those 3 groups separate. But that is Hydra time, so a D3 from someone, please.
Seems like lizards are its favorite treat.
The lizard folks just have its attention. It is all about it. And as it continues its charge, Imperials starting to look a little grim for you, buddies.
No, we're in it to win it, so it's more of the same.
All right, left and right, please. Feudal exchange of magic and blows. Lizard folk. Oh, Ash, you still there?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, lizard folk for Ash.
It's my turn, okay. Yeah, hi. We're going to have these guys heading that way.
Sounds good. Highly strategic lizard folk today. And those engaged in battle, a D20, wearing away at those defenders. As the lizard folk begin to swarm over the Imperials, the orcs doing much the same. 3 attacks from the orcs, please.
That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3.
Imperials not doing so well. And then a D3 for the Hydra.
Let's give Ash an opportunity to do the D3 for the Hydra.
I don't know how to roll a D3.
Just type in /R1D3.
Yep. /R space 1D3.
Yes.
There's a space involved. The space is really important.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Nope, still focused on you.
Still focused over on, hey, it's not that important. These aren't people I care about.
That's a fair statement, and it seems as though the lizard folk will have the Hydra's attention next round. Now, lizard folk, what are you doing as the Hydra barrels down upon you?
You accidentally deleted the person for the Imperials.
Hang on, Imperials, where'd you go? Alright. Let's get you back on the turn order. Sorry about that, Joe. Joe,
All right.
Imperials.
Hey,
right.
here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can the lizards disengage?
Sure. Lizards-
Disengage, and I'm assuming they can only go like 30 feet?
Yep. They can start booking it.
They'll start moving. They'll disengage and go this way.
Sounds good. One group of the lizards begins making their way away. Joe's Imperials pick off some of the orcs, and then the lizard folk to the south, where are they headed?
Folks are going there.
Uh-huh.
Aha. So orcs. Suddenly, lizard folk.
That's perfectly fine. The orcs are going to continue to gank the geeks.
Mm-hmm.
No need to fight a war on two fronts.
Sure. 3 attacks, please. Wearing away, the mages have backed themselves into a corner, throwing up a flurry of defensive and offensive spells. And once more for the Hydra, please, on a D3.
I think the orcs finally got its attention.
The orcs did finally get its attention. Lizard folk seem too fleet for it. It's much more interested in noisy, slow things. As the Hydra begins marching about, Imperials have a bit of reprieve on the western front.
Okay, I want to take this group of Imperials, start to move them over to this group.
Okay.
If they can do that, or are they up in this fortress here?
No, they can move. They can move. Are they
So I'll do
dashing or are they doing an attack and move? What's the...
No, they're going to dash.
They're going to dash. They start charging across, coming in the wake of the Hydra, trying to be all sneaky-like. The remaining mages...
We'll attack for an 18.
Picking off, starting to thin out that first group of orcs. Lizard folk.
I don't see any of the orcs disappearing, though.
Central orc just lost one. I got him.
This group to here.
Yep.
This group here.
The chase is on.
And you said the lizard folk do have magic at their...
Boosting magic. So they are hand-to-hand fighters.
Okay.
They have things like bless and that sort of thing, which are assisting them. So basically, we have a magic ranged group, we have a hand-to-hand fighter group, and then we have a mixed group, which are the orcs. And the orcs, speaking of, what are they doing?
Again, no point in fighting a war on two fronts.
You got it. 3 rolls on the remaining mages.
Yep.
That's 1 down.
1. Nope.
That's not.
Nope.
All the harder they fight as they get cornered. And I will need a D3 for our Hydra.
Still focused on the orcs.
Still focused on the orcs. And this time... he is right up in it. Orcs, you now have a Hydra. Very, very, very close. The Hydra has 5 heads growing out of a reptilian, crocodilian body. And it does not look happy. Imperials, what are you doing?
They're going to dash this way.
So you will need to take disengage because the orcs are actually all around you. You are hand-to-hand with them. I just kept you separate for space reasons.
Okay. I'll disengage and I'll dash to this group.
All right, so you can move up to 30, which will get you up to about there. Starting to move away from the orcs. The other group, what are they doing?
They're going to... oh, this one. They're going to dash to meet them over here.
Okay. reunited, and it feels so good. Imperials have done a little bit of maneuvering. Lizard folk, what are you up to?
We're gonna dash to here.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are going to go here.
Little rope-a-dope action there. Okay. Orcs. Big Hydra.
Big Hydra. Remains of Group 1 and Group 2 are going to focus on the Hydra. Group 3 is going to move to... Actually, yeah, they'll continue to assault the remainder of that Imperial group.
Sure. Give me the D20 for the orcs assaulting the Imperials. Down to 1. Give me the 2 attacks on the Hydra. All right. The Hydra is hit. One of the heads lopped off. Doomp, doomp, doomp. Orcs.
I mean, there's 7 heads now.
There are now 6.
Okay.
As the head falls off, 2 grow in its place. Slightly smaller, slightly angrier, but that's what you get. Going against the orcs. Whoa! Hungry Hydra heads.
Yikes!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the orcs each caught up. And one of the Hydra heads, it starts gulping them down, looking happy about its full belly. Imperials, what are you up to?
Would this now be considered one group of Imperials?
Still got 2 groups. You got 2 attacks left. So one
now
group,
we're going
one
to
group.
disengage and get the hell out.
Okay, where are you headed?
City is lost. We'll just whatever over here.
Okay. Trying
Peace
to book
out.
it. Alright, so as the Imperials start to flee the battlefield, leaving their wounded and dying behind, lizard folk, what are you doing?
This group will advance here.
Okay. Lizard folk move into position to mix it up with the orcs. Lizard folk to the east, what are they doing?
They're gonna go this way.
You got it. Seems like the worship that the lizard folk have been paying this Hydra is paying off. Orcs. Lizard folk and Hydra.
Yep, 1 against the lizard folk, 2 against the Hydra.
You got it.
Against the lizard folk, Hydra, Hydra.
You got it. The Hydra angrily thrashes about, heads wounded, 6 attacks. What the heck was that, Casey? Two more orcs chewed up by the angry Hydra. Imperials that are booking it. What are you doing?
Am I in range to take another attack before I move further?
Yeah, you could take a pot shot on the way out.
All right, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Pot shot on the lizard folk. 2 rolls. Ooh. Ooh. Strong magic user rolls.
And then we're moving. We're moving out. That's it. That's our last attack.
All right. And then they start to try and flee. They pull out the big guns. Lizard folk.
This group wants to move this way. Is this blocked?
Nope, you can clamber over it.
We're gonna go this way.
You got it.
This group's going to attack the orcs.
Certainly may.
Not
Ooh.
well.
Stunned by the barrage of magic coming from the north, it throws them off just a bit. But we still have 3 groups of orcs, 1 at full strength and 2 down to stragglers due to the attacks of the Hydra.
Yeah. Lizard folk.
You got it.
Hydra. Hydra.
Your attacks seem meaningless against this beast. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to have grown any stronger as it attempts to retaliate. Picking off 2 more orcs as it does. Imperials, you are booking it. Now, for those on the hill, those Imperials seem like they've got a good head start and are now in full flight. It looks like they would get away if someone does not intervene. Do you wish to alter their fates?
Get there in time?
Probably not.
Yeah. I can dash 100 when flying, so they'd be gone before I got there.
Okay.
So, it does look like the battle is starting to finish.
Looks like it is going to wind down soon, though that Hydra looks like it is king of the beast at the moment.
We could move down there and start clearing out the rest while they are engaged.
Let's do it.
By the time that we get down there, they will probably have resolved the battle, and we can clean up the rest. So yes.
Start moving.
All right. You start making your way down north towards the area around you. You can see the occasional flicker and glow of one of the wisps as it is accompanying you moving down to feed. You can see the old woman, the hag, hanging back, just watching as you move forward. From the sounds of the battle, it seems as though they've fought themselves to exhaustion and death. The only victor, the Hydra, which is now gorging itself on the bodies. There's 1 or 2 orcs, lizard folks straggling. You pick them off with relative ease. But are you going to deal with the beast?
That was part of the plan.
Sure can. So let's go ahead and shrug off a few things.
So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does the Hydra, after like the orcs are finished being decimated, does the Hydra turn on the lizard folk too?
The lizard folk basically flee at the same point that the orcs finally break and run. So nobody's left except the Hydra eating. The 1 or 2 orcs that flee south, you guys pick off easily. The 2 or 3 lizard folk that flee to the north drop into the water and swim away as fast as they can. And the 5 or 6 Imperials are now legging it northwards. We'll see how those stragglers do, but at the moment it's just the Hydra playing King of Beasts in the mix there.
Well, hopefully it is a bit wounded, but should be capable for us to take it out, yes?
So I'm going to scoot you guys up to
We got this.
engagement distance. We'll say over here-ish somewhere. Where we will reset ye old turn order.
And I need to double check something. Okay. So, as we're approaching just so I have it stated, the zombie's current command is stay with me and defend me.
Sure. Seems very reasonable. Whoa, Boody. Crazy initiative for you, buddy.
And I'm not seeing that it indicates that they have their own initiative.
We'll say they act on your turn.
Yeah. Which I think is what it does. But as a bonus action on my turn, I can command them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, make sure I have myself selected. And initiative.
You got it. So, Boody. As the Hydra heads are tearing into the orc and lizard folk body, one, then the other, sort of twists and looks in your direction as it realizes there's still living prey about. But what are you doing?
I'll attack it. Longbow, hunter's mark, and sharpshooter. See what happens.
Sure.
Yeah. Blink.
Plink off the armor it
Clink.
go.
Oh well.
But it is hunter's marked.
There you go.
Boody, anything else for you?
I'm going to position myself here, I guess, on this little wall right here,
Okay.
staying away from it.
Morrigan.
Morrigan is going to move up. Let's see, that's 70 from there. Alright. Yeah, she is going to move up to here, which means the zombies move with her.
Mm-hmm.
If I can, there we go. Da, 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 da. And I think that I am going to take the dodge action.
Seems like a reasonable thing to do as a Hydra comes thundering towards you, all 6 of its heads reaching out, snapping scant feet short of you.
Yep.
Selenite, what are you up to?
Moving here, which is 30 feet, and readying attack for when it's within range.
Okay. Boody, you some brave souls in your party as they rush towards this enormous beast. What are you doing?
I know Booty is not that brave, so
Melee.
another
fight.
shot. Yep. Oh, killing it.
You're like, I'm
Ouch.
going to aim for
Yeah.
its eye, but it's got 12 to choose from.
I'll get it next time.
Morrigan,
I'm staying put.
it is oh so close. What are you doing?
I Give me one moment.
Sure.
I'm assuming that this is bigger than large.
This is a huge monstrosity.
Okay, so that won't work. But what will work? So zombies are going to finish filling up their movement. Again, their commands are to defend me.
Mhm.
So my bonus action is to pop my wild shape for to activate my symbiotic entity. So temporary hit points abound. And I'll actually move up the stand right next to Selenite.
Okay.
And with my action, let's have it make a Constitution saving throw as I cast blindness, deafness on it, and I want to blind it.
As you cast blindness and deafness, you can see a milky white try and form over all 12 eyes. It does have advantage on the saving throw against this. A 19.
Beats.
It is unfazed. Only one eye on each head goes milky white. Morrigan, anything else?
That was action, bonus action, what little bit of movement I wanted to use. I think that is it.
You got it.
And as its turn starts, have it make another Constitution saving throw against my Halo of Spores.
Sure can.
My reaction.
Reaction used. Constitution saving throw. 21. That's a no damage on pass?
No damage on pass.
You got it. The Hydra looks between you with its many heads. Your zombie is doing its best to defend you, so stands in the way of this first set of attacks for as long as it can. The heads snake out, bite, and withdraw without having to move forward. It does have reach. Zombie attack.
Yep, the Druigar were wearing armor, yes?
Druigar were wearing armor. Yes, the Druigar have...
I want to say you said it was something like hide or something like that.
Getting there. They have a 14 armor class. Hang on, is that with dexterity? That's with a dexterity of 0, so... 1 second. It's scale armor. Scale armor is a medium armor, so would be affected by dexterity. So 14 and
Minus
zombies,
2.
so 12.
They have a dex of
AC of 12. Math happened.
Yep.
So zombie starts getting the first of the bites. Bite number 1. That's probably a hit.
Still standing.
Bite number 2. 13.
Still standing. Oh, hold on. That is 23?
23.
Okay, give me one moment. It needs to make a...
Con.
Yep, of 5 plus 8, so 13.
Let's see it. Zombie meat shield.
Nope.
No.
Zombie falls.
Zombie falls. The other zombie is out of reach, which means I have 4 more attacks left. It's going to divvy them up between Selenite and Morrigan. 2 coming at Selenite. 1.
Oh yeah, it hit.
Selenite for 15. Number 2.
Does not.
Does not. Morrigan, 2 coming at you. 16?
Miss.
19.
Ooh, that'll touch.
6 points of piercing damage there, wearing away at your bonus health, I think, right? From that
Yes.
halo? You got it. That will bring the Hydra's turn to an end, having
That
destroyed
zombie's
one zombie and dealt a little damage. Selenite, it unfortunately stayed a little outside of reach, but now you can rectify that.
Okay, so I'm going to Shield of Faith.
Sure can.
And as my action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to channel Divinity. Aspect. Needed to make a Wisdom saving throw. It would have advantage on this.
Wisdom
As it is a
saving
magical menace.
throw.
Yep. I'm trying to frighten it.
Why does it have advantage?
Because
It's a magical source.
It has advantage on checks against Frighten.
Oh, sure does. Look at that. Yeah. I was like, what? Yes. So, wisdom saving throw with advantage.
I don't think that passes.
It does not. It is a feared, which gives it disadvantage on attacks, and I will look up what the other things it does.
It can't move closer to Selenite. But it
Bear.
I'm going to move closer anyway.
Yep.
That's going to be the end of my turn, is moving closer.
Okay, it is a scadded. And Boody, I mean, they're getting right up in its face. What are you doing?
Boody will get a little bit closer just in case he has to do some cure wounds, but fly there.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And then I will shoot it again. Longbow.
21's a good hit.
Hey.
22 plus it has everything in there, so that's 22.
22 is a solid hit. You see blood spurt. The head is like dangling by a thread.
Done.
Done. Morrigan, what are you up to?
Morrigan is I need to double check real quick. Yep, okay. Bonus action. I am going to pull out a leaf from inside of my coat, crush it, and as I do so, a fiery blade is going to show up in my hand
Okay.
as I cast Flame Blade.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, this is... Yep, okay. I do have that as an attack, yes? No. Why not? Anyhow, so I'm going to click this. See what that does. Okay, that just does text. So I'm going to roll a d20 plus my dexterity modifier plus proficiency. 1d20 plus 6. I will make sure to have this resolved.
Mm-hmm.
So 24 to hit.
That is a hit.
Cool.
And
Let me actually move closer because I need to do that.
Sure
for
can.
my attack. And that's going to be 3d6 fire damage. Plus 1d6 poison damage, I do believe. Because of symbiotic entity. Yes. So I'm just going to roll 4d6. And 6 of that is poison damage.
That is a solid chunk
The rest
of
is fire.
damage. And it does not like. Morrigan, anything else for you?
That was action, bonus action. The zombie is supposed to be moving up and defending me as per my last instructions.
Mm-hmm. And is, in defending you, is it is trying to interpose itself, or is it also going to attack? What is?
So in defending me, I have not given it the command to attack.
Okay,
So it is going to interpose itself.
sounds good. Morrigan, anything else for you?
That'll be it.
All right, the 6 heads of the Hydra begin their assault. Zombie attempts to get in the way. Bite number 1 for Zombie.
That'll touch. He's
14.
still standing.
Bite number 2 for Zombie.
That'll touch. He needs to make a con save, which that's going to be a tough one.
18-ish.
Negative on that one.
All right. So then we're going to split 2 and 2 on the bites. Selenite and Morrigan. Selenite, your bite's coming first. Wait a second. Yeah, both of those still hit. Disadvantage. Sorry, forgot my disadvantages, but those did hit. Selenite at disadvantage against you. 2 attacks. A 10 and a 12, probably not. 2 attacks coming against Morgan at disadvantage. A 25.
That'll touch.
8 points of piercing there. And the second, an 11.
We'll miss.
Probably not going to do. It then, I believe, gets a wisdom save against that frightening again.
Not unless it decides to end its turn 30 feet away from me.
It is not going to do that.
It's straight up frightened for 1 minute unless it moves at least 30 feet away from me by the end of its turn.
I don't think it's that bright. So...
Of course not. It's going to try to kill what's scaring it.
It is in it to win it. Morgan, if you were maintaining any concentration, please double check that you're good. And then Selenite.
Thank you for reminding me. I
Didn't
need
hit
to
me.
make Flame Blade is concentration.
Okay.
Okay. So I need to roll a con save. I'm good.
All right, Flame Blade remains intact. Selenite, what are you up to?
I'm gonna smack it.
Sure can. 13 will miss.
And then one more time. And I didn't make it.
Oh, no. But it is still frightened and much less effective as a monster. Selenite, anything else for you?
Nope, because I'm not moving, and I'm good on bonus actions right now.
You got it. And that's going to bring me to Boody.
Bootylicious. Another 21.
Nice.
18.
That's a good chunk of damage.
There you go.
All right.
Staying where I'm at.
He's consistent. Morrigan, up close, what are you doing?
Yes. I think I'm going to continue to do the same thing. I'm just taking a look at my bonus actions. Yeah. Okay. So, roll my d20 plus 6. That is a miss and a miss and a miss.
That is a bit of a swing and a miss, yes.
Oh. Sorry, on its last turn, can I have it make a con save?
Oh, sure can. $18.
Passes.
And that was a miss. Bonus action or anything?
Double checking. No. No bonus action, not moving.
Alrighty.
And we don't have flanking going on in this.
Do
Correct.
not. Do not. So... Hydra, getting a little tired of breaking its teeth on Selenite, is going to try all 6 on Morrigan. At disadvantage still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 21?
21 will touch.
10 points of piercing.
Yep.
And 1 con save, please. And then number 5 and 6. 14, probably not. 13,
Nope,
probably
nope.
not.
Okay, so I just need the 1 con save. And Flame Blade disappears.
Flame Blade disappears. Hydra looks relieved. Selenite.
A 15.
15 is going to hit.
Yes. 15 for 9. And
12 is not.
I don't do it.
The 9's a good chunk. Creature's starting to look less healthy. Boody.
I just paused Game of Thrones. Okay, here we go. Longbow. Another shot. Everyone is still alive. Good. And let's see. 20?
20 will hit.
Touches.
Yeah. 24 piercing.
Wowzers.
Oh, man.
You do
Wait till
a-
I get 2 attacks. Next level.
You do so
That-
much damage.
So that technically means that the Hydra lost a head, yes?
No. 25 is the magic number.
In a turn.
In a single player's turn is the way that I rule that one on Hydras.
Gotcha.
Each person gets a turn, so it needs to be a single source of massive damage.
Gotcha.
So you are peppering it and that close to losing the head, but not quite enough.
How's this thing looking? Is it looking even a little bit bloodied, or is it just...
It's very bloodied, but it's kind of hard to tell because you've seen it regenerate a head entirely, but so far it has not lost a head. It's still at 6. Which is going to bring
I'll
us...
look back at Wilma and give like a thumbs up and a wink.
Yes.
It's a free action. But
She gives you a little thumbs up back again, and you can see her little wisps going from corpse to corpse and taking that last bit of vital essence from them, glowing for momentarily, and then the corpse goes from looking a warm-looking corpse to just being long dead. Morrigan.
I'm debating. Give me a hot minute.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Bonus action. Flame Blade comes back.
Okay.
And I'm going to make my attacks towards it. 25.
That is a hit. Let's see that 3d6.
46. The last
46,
one is
so.
poison damage.
There you go.
Because I still got one of those hit points. Okay. That is 10 fire damage and 5 poison damage.
Damage so dealt. And as you
bonus
do...
action, and I'm not going to move. I am standing next to Selenite.
Sounds good. So I think the Hydra, despite my earlier statement, is just getting tired of not being able to hit you. So it is going to deal its 6 attacks on Morrigan. Morrigan at disadvantage. Number 1, 20?
Ouch. Give me a
14.
moment. My reaction. Have it make its con save one last time.
Sure can.
15? Yeah, it passes.
Okay.
It passes. Damn, that's useless. And I need to take away the 13 from my main. Go ahead.
You got it. Number 2, 14.
Misses.
3, 11,
Misses.
4, 21. 12 points of damage to you.
I am down to 0. I am unconscious.
Ooh.
That was exact.
You fall unconscious. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more head at disadvantage, cancelled out by advantage on Morrigan.
So
2 death saves, or 2 death fails
Yep.
for the crit. And then the final will go to Selenite. Selenite, disadvantage coming
Straight up
at you.
attack, that would not be the crit. he would not get the crit.
No, just he's down. He's unconscious.
I'm incapacitated. Therefore, it is an automatic crit.
You got it.
Okay.
So Selenite, you got one coming at you. That is a miss. Big ol' miss. And then it's going to lumber away. Selenite, if you wish to use your reaction, you may certainly do so.
Absolutely. And that didn't do me any good.
That is a misseroo there. And it is going to try its wisdom saving throw with advantage against this frightening effect. What is the DC I'm after?
No idea, it doesn't say.
It's probably your spell save DC.
It would, so a 17 is probably going to pass. Hang on, let me... was that Tiefling effect? No.
No.
SMR. Fallen. Where you at here? SMR. Scourge. No, Fallen. DC is 8 plus your proficiency plus your charisma. So probably in the 15 to 13 realm. So a 17 will pass. It is no longer afeared of you. Selenite. Morrigan has fallen. What are you up to?
Cure wounds.
Sure can.
It's on you, Morrigan. You are alive.
Many thanks.
3 back to you. Selenite, that is an action, a bonus action or movement left for you?
Oh yeah, she's gonna move up.
Sure can.
She's gonna close in on that Hydra. And that was my action. And that's it.
Alrighty. Boody.
Booty's going to move up, another cure wounds. I'll do it at 2nd level.
Okay.
So take 15.
Alright, Boody, any bonus or additional movement?
No, this is it. I'm staying right here.
Morrigan, you are prone, but you have hit points back.
Yep. Half my movement to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of my movement to get 15 feet closer.
Okay.
I am angry at this point. Bonus action, I'm going to reburst my Halo of Spores for those 25 temporary hit points. And as my main action, just going to say a few words, reach out my hand, and I need 8 wolf tokens, please, as I conjure animals.
Yeah!
And out come the wolves. Where are you at, wolves?
Actually, do I have... Oh, I got wolf tokens I can drag out.
Go ahead and drag out the 8 wolfy tokens.
He's doing that. Can I only do Challenge Divinity once? It doesn't really tell me anything about it.
I think it's twice at your current level. 4, and just to make sure... unoccupied within my range. My range is 60 feet from where I'm at. Cool, so I can basically surround this asshole. 6, 7, 8.
Wait. Channel Divinity? Or Sacred Oath? Divine Smite? What are we... The fear effect from the Aasimar are we talking about?
Just seeing if I can do it again or not.
Must finish a long rest. So for the Fallen Azamar, your Necrotic Shroud is once per long rest.
Okay, good. It's probably because they didn't list it. They don't really list it in the
Fair. Yep.
Anyhow, this Hydra now has 8 wolf attacks at advantage coming at it.
That Hydra now has 8 wolf attacks at advantage coming at it. That seems reasonable.
Pack tactics, baby.
Yep.
19.
That's a hit.
And I need to click that. Here, actually, is there a way for me to have this auto roll?
Always roll damage.
Yeah. There we go. 17.
That's a hit.
20.
That's a hit.
Also, it does need to be making these strength saving throws.
You have advantage on it, so I'll make them all at the end of...
Yeah.
Is Hydra immune to prone?
3.
No, it's not.
That misses. That's a crit, so that's 5. 17, 6. 18, 7. 21, 8.
I think those were
is...
all... Nope, the 12 was a miss.
Yes, the 12 was a miss. So 14, 19, 28, 33, 39, 47 points of damage, and it has to make 7 strength saving throws, DC 11.
It falls prone. We're just...
Like, I'm just not gonna do that.
It's just falling prone. All right. So that was 47 points of damage. One of the heads is torn off in this effort. And Morrigan, any other activities?
That was bonus action.
Movement.
I do have movement.
That's how you got where you are.
Yes, I did use my move. You are correct. Nope, I think that's it.
All right. As the Hydra staggers about, 2 heads grow where the one was torn off due to the massive damage on one turn. However, it still looks really, really roughed up by this. But, Selenite, you do have 7 Hydra heads attacks coming at you. Standard attacks because it is no longer afeared. Selenite, a lot of attacks. No.
Nope.
22?
Don't forget you have your Shield of Faith.
No, that's why I said no.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the no.
on the 22.
That was 4, 5, 23?
We'll hit.
All right, 15 points of damage. Number 6, 24 for another 14. Number 7, a 10. So 29 points of damage as the Hydra thrashes and flails about.
Shannon.
Selenite, what are you doing?
Can I take my reaction and do my Hellish Rebuke?
Oh, sure, absolutely, May. Dexterity saving throw. Not so amazing. Oh, it does pass. It takes half of that, which would be 9 points of hellish fire damage. And then, Selenite, what you got?
And then she's going to be crazy and she's going to hit it with her sword again. Even though she only has
Sure.
5 hit points.
20 is a hit. 5 is damage.
12's going to miss.
12 is going to miss. Anything else for you?
That's...
Question.
Yeah.
Is it still prone, or did it stand back
It
up?
stood up.
Okay.
It stood up before it began its barrage.
Continue.
No. I'm not moving, and I'm... Can't heal myself anymore, so there you go.
Got it. Boody, that brings it round to you. What are you up to?
Okay, what happened? Who died? No one died.
No
All
one
right,
died.
good.
I have 5 hit points.
Very
There's-
well.
Attack
Here comes
it.
Booty. Here comes Booty to the rescue. Another Cure Wound, 2nd level. Yeah, that's not great.
12.
12.
Is that 12?
Yep, that's
That's
12.
Nice,
12.
that's nice. That's better than 5.
All right.
Booty bestowing
And-
hit points.
Moving away. I think I got that much movement, so there.
Oh, Booty. Oh, Booty. That was a mistake.
Oh, what happened?
Booty, 7 Hydra heads
Bring it.
suddenly strike at you, each with a reaction as you step out of its range. Booty,
It has a range of 20 feet?
it has a
10
range
feet?
of 10 feet.
I should have seen this coming.
And Booty,
There we go. Bring it.
1, 14,
Miss.
18,
Yep.
13 points of damage.
All right.
3,
Oh my god.
that takes it up to 25. Booty, are you still alive? Oh, I think he mooted us.
Yep, I got 18 hit points.
All right, number 4, 17 for
Yep.
7. Number 5,
Yep, I'm still up.
18 for 8.
Okay, hold on. Let me add this up.
3 more. You have 3 hit
Yes.
points left.
You gotta survive 2 more bites.
I have 3 HP. I'm good. Go.
Okay. Number 6,
Oh, yeah,
27
no.
for another 10. And as you
Booty falls to the ground.
fall,
Dunk.
number 7, you have 2 failed death saves as it bites you as you try and get away.
So they
Morrigan.
don't help other people.
Morrigan, bonus action, 2nd level,
Mm-hmm.
healing word
Sure can.
on Booty. You're alive with 10 on the ground.
Thank you.
15. And the asinine thing in me is going to come over here, fill up the gap.
Okay.
Give me 1 moment.
You guys are on your own. I'm staying in the air.
I want to angle this cone in a way that it... Actually, that would be perfect right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, that works. My main action is going to be my once per day burning hands.
Okay.
DC 15, where it takes 11 fire damage. Dex save, please.
DC 15 dexterity saving throw from the highly dexterous Hydra. No.
It
Takes 11 points
fire
damage.
And then 8 wolf attacks, all at advantage.
Yes, please. I'm just going to add them up when you get done, so just 8, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I believe all but 1 hit again.
Okay.
So 6.
So as the fire roasts it and the wolves begin to pile on and tear chunks of flesh away, they do tear away. Then first one head, then another, then another. Between the fire, the damage, the teeth, and the abuse that it has taken, the Hydra cannot regenerate fast enough. It falls dead at your feet. Congratulations, you have cleared the area. However, as it falls, it thrashes, its head slamming against the ground, its body grinding, wrapping, twisting, pulling the wolves in with it, and the sodden ground cannot hold up There's a cave-in, a collapse, roots, vines, trees all tumbling in, catching even Boody as he's in on the ground. Even your other companions who had come close at the signs of the fallen foe are sucked in. And as the cave-in continues and buries you under the ground, you find yourself in a temple chamber, which is where we will pick up next week, with the body of a Hydra plugging the cave-in and a lot of muddy, gooey dirt ready to fall in. The only real way forward is forward. But congratulations, you do get to divvy up 1,300 experience each.
We get 1,300 experience.
1,300 experience each.
Got experience now?
For your
Hey guys,
efforts
I just
against the
realized?
Hydra.
I'm level 5. I actually get 2 attacks. Whoops, my bad.
So that experience is just a good job. You now have experience because we are doing milestone. But yes,
I'm really confused.
No,
We're doing
sorry.
milestones.
I just poking fun at you. No, you have not hit the level marker yet because you just got that fairly recently. But well done. Hydras are a bit monstrous as they played out, and we will pick up next week, hopefully with a little bit of a fuller cast, as you make your way into the temple from one of the ruined entrances, and pick it up from there. Questions, comments, concerns? We sort of did things a little differently than I was expecting because we were a little short-handed, but hopefully it came out fun.
That was neat. I like little mini wart. That was good.
Awesome.
Quick question.
Yeah.
What is everyone's level? Are they currently all level 5?
Yes,
I'm showing level
5.
5 on my sheet. Okay, I actually had 2 attacks. My bad.
It's okay.
Been dead sooner, but we're all right.
You know what? It actually might have been to your advantage to only be using 1 attack because that kept it from growing more heads.
That was my plan all along.
I saw that you were carefully measuring. You're like, I'm doing the exact perfect amount of damage. 24 was, you were so on the nose with that. I was like, he's going to do 25 this time. I'm going to get another head to attack with. You're like, nope, I'm going to do 24. I'm like,
All right.
So many spell slots burned.
Ah, yes. But adventure begins, and you have soundly trounced, or watched the trouncing, of 3 armies, so the area remains unclaimed. But you've picked up no allies, save for perhaps Uilnea. We'll see how well negotiations may go with her when you reappear, if you reappear, from the area you have entered.
The Witch of the Wisps.
The Witch of the Wisps. There you go. New NPC. Cool.
All right, guys. I'll see you.
Have a good evening.
Good night.
Enjoy watching